Prince Caspian follows on from The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. It's a few hundred years later and a lot has happened. We were allowed to create a level that bridges Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe and Prince Caspian.
In our first level we see Cair Paravel under attack. We're telling that story which is alluded to in the book, not told in the film, and you can only experience it in the video game. We were very fortunate to be able to go out to Prague to film with the production company and the actors involved with the film.
Today we've been filming 2 scenes for the video game, one for the very beginning, I think one at the end of the first level. They actually come from the very, very early chapters of the book and give you some of the backstory of what's been happening in Narnia.
Why do you think your uncle and his men fear of the woods to this very day? Ghosts.
And we were very excited about it, and it looks great in the game. In the Prince Caspian video game there are up to 20 playable characters.
Not just Peter, Susan, Lucy and Edmund. You've got minotaurs, you've got fauns, you've got dwarves. We let people play as giants, you can play as griffins.
The characters all look so realistic, they all represent, you know, what we've been working with.
We've spent a lot of time and effort to give people a reason to play as a different character. Susan has a bow and arrow, Peter has a grappling hook, and the player can choose whether they want to be gung-ho, whether they want to be stealthy, whether they want to just be a bit more thoughtful and careful.
We are using motion capture to get the believability of the characters.
Well, the motion capture, the performer wears a suit which is covered in reflective markers.
I then step into a room with a circle of infrared cameras around, and they fire out an infrared beam which hits these markers here. The computers work out a 3D image, then lay on a character. So it's a bit like being a virtual puppeteer.
We had Reapercheek the mouse, who we decided to mocap because he has a lot of human mannerisms. That actually turned out very well. It's
always important to look at other animals. For instance, with a fawn, you know, you can look at goats and the way they move, and they're very afraid because they're prey, basically.
Motion capture gives you that subtlety, that level of realism which is very immersive.